We're back on the Lynne Hayes Freeland Show. I love using acronyms. We were talking about STAR. Now we're talking about STEAM. And we have another guest joining us. He is Sean Tomaszewski, and he is the K through 12 STEAM coordinator. Now, I look at STEAM and I'm like, okay, I give up. What's STEAM? It has something to do with Pittsburgh Public Schools and our students. Tell us what it is, Sean.
So STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math, and represents essentially every content area that a child could be exposed to during his or her school day.
Now, I'm going to come back to you in a second. But how does that differ from a regular curriculum that my student would be involved in?
Well, the difference is, traditionally in schools we've had kind of, this is time for math, this is time for English language arts, this is time for art, this is time for physical education. But in STEAM, it's integrated. And so children are doing project-based learning that pulls in multiple disciplines. And this is beginning to be more the way the world works.
Okay.
So helping children understand the relationships between the disciplines.
So then, Sean, does that begin to speak to, like, I know a lot of times students will say, well, I got to take this, but I don't understand how I'm ever going to use that in life. Does this begin to address some of that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our vision for STEAM at Pittsburgh Public School is to create spaces where kids have the opportunity not just to grow up and be consumers of things, but have the capacity to really be makers of things. So if people come and visit our STEAM schools, which will be Lincoln, Wolfslair, and Schiller next year, they'll see kids actually making things and participating in the curriculum in really interesting and innovative ways.
Okay, so do I have to sign up for this? Do I have to, how does that work?
We are developing a K-12 magnet pipeline.
Okay.
And eventually we're going to work on 9-12 programming as well. So families can enter the magnet pipeline who might not be part of the Schiller, Lincoln, or Wolfslair feeder areas.
So who is likely to gravitate toward this? Is it the creative type? Who's likely to gravitate toward a program like this?
I think there are ways that can serve all kinds of kids. One of the things, we have a lot of children who are very good at mathematics, for example, and the relationship between the arts and mathematics is a really interesting one. That it's interesting that a lot of kids have actually skill in both areas. But I also think children who may not be as engaged in the standard curriculum, it might be a way to capture their interests that we haven't been able to successfully capture before. Because I think one of the big pieces is the engagement that you see children working together. They learn how to work with other people, and as Sean was saying, they learn how to create, not just consume.
And Sean, give me an idea, because I think sometimes we as parents tend to hear about a program, an opportunity, and say, yep, you're going to that. And a lot of times we have to look at our child's abilities and our child's interests and decide this is going to be a good fit for our child.
That's one of the awesome things about how we're implementing STEAM at Pittsburgh Public Schools. The two primary ways kids are going to be learning in these STEAM environments is in STEAM lab spaces. So we are currently searching for 2 faculty positions that will serve as STEAM lead teachers that will get to co-plan, co-teach, participate in professional development with their colleagues, and those STEAM lead teachers will be housed in these innovative STEAM lab spaces. The second way kids are going to be involved in this programming is through project-based learning modules. And the district is really committed to this component of the program. We're hosting 2-week-long professional development sessions over the summer to pull in the STEAM faculty so that they really have an opportunity to serve as professionals and develop these learning modules for next year.
So now, is this a grant-based program?
Yes, we have district contributions, certainly, the positions that the district is funding, but we were so fortunate to have Greg Bear and the Grable Foundation that has just been phenomenally helpful in terms of providing additional funds to provide some of the things you heard Sean describe. and also our Fund for Excellence, which is some of our other local foundations contribute to that. The Pittsburgh Foundation, Heinz, Buell, and others have contributed to that. So there has been just a tremendous foundation support. There's one other supporter that I think we have to mention as well. The intermediate unit here in Allegheny County and Linda Hippert, they've been working on this for a while, so they've been extremely helpful to us. We visited South Fayette, we visited Elizabeth Forward, so there's some districts around the county that are just doing some really interesting things with innovative learning practices, and they've all reached out to us and said, anything we can do to help, we'd love to do that.
To make this happen. Now, this will be available in the fall, this coming fall?
Yep.
Okay, and you mentioned that there are a couple of lead positions open there
Yes,
as well?
yes,
So
absolutely.
folks should contact you, contact the
Go
board.
to our employment website and they'll see the positions posted there.
Wow, sounds exciting. Okay, thanks so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Lots of good news today from the
absolutely.
Pittsburgh Board of
Yeah.
Education. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk with State Representative Ed Gainey. He's got some things going on as well, so don't go away when the Lynne Freeland Show continues.